Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn. Our guest is Daniel Fabricant from the Natural Products Association. We're going to talk now about NPA Lobby Day. I had so much fun on the last 2 days that I was there, the last 2 years. I mean, that was the first time I met you. You had been on board, I think, 3 days last year. You're new to the back to the NPA, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just coming up on my 2-year anniversary, if you will, and this will be my second lobby day in the chair, and I'm excited about it. It's great to see, and it's great for our members to see that their voice has so much power with Congress. As you said earlier, it really helps consumers in America. Like, this is how a lot of people want to stay healthy. They want to do something day in, day out for their health. And so this gives them those options to maybe get more fiber in the diet, or more calcium, or more vitamin D. So, we're excited about telling that story on Congress.
And I'm going to be sending from my iPhone little videos on Twitter and Facebook, little 30-second interviews with some of the other NPA members. We'll try to rope you into one as well, and maybe the president and other people during the 2 days that I'm back there. And we'll share the information. I can't wait to do a stand-up on Capitol Hill. I just think that's so much fun, as well as helping. It's just, I feel good about coming and being there and explaining to congressional representatives and their staffs why we need to have labeling on GMOs, why we need to have supplements. What's the topic for this year?
Well, the big thing is, of course, going to be, we're in an election year, so everything that's old is new again. So we really want to spend a lot of time educating Congress about. There have been some threats prior to the industry on dietary supplements, so we want to educate them about really how the industry works and what the merits are. We also want to talk about some exciting things we have. We had a bill introduced about flex spending accounts, health saving account coverage for dietary supplements. So people can actually defer. They don't have to pay tax if they use those FSA or HSA dollars to buy supplements, if that gets passed, which is exciting.
That really is.
It makes sense, right? You can tax-free do something that's positive for your health. What a concept.
And right now, I think you can use that flex spending for prescriptions if you don't have a prescription coverage.
That's exactly right. We want to see expanded to things. Prescriptions are going to work once you're sick. Well, how about, wouldn't it make sense, and why not be able to save tax money, to be able to do it, progressively, and do it in a way before you get sick? Say, hey, wait a second, I'm a woman nearing 50, I know I need extra calcium in my diet. I'm going to buy calcium, and I'm going to actually reduce my risk, as there's been many economic analysis that have shown that, of getting osteoporosis, osteopenia, by using calcium. So that's exciting.
Does it have to be? Well, this is a non-NPA question. This is a Dr. Fabricant question. A lot of people take calcium supplements. Is it all the same, or do you need to look for certain kinds of calcium?
Well, again, you need to look at your certain, what is your why? Are you looking for bone density? If you're looking for bone density, you want a calcium supplement with vitamin D. If you're someone who's a heavy exerciser, you may just need extra calcium as a mineral alone because you're constantly sweating it out. So, it really goes back to what's that why. The great thing, too, about healthcare these days and health coverage, well, things like vitamin D are actually, in getting your levels checked, are actually covered by most HMOs and PPOs these days. So you can actually go to your doctor and say, hey, when they do their normal blood test, which we all have to do every so often for insurance, et cetera, they can actually, with no charge to you, test your blood for vitamin D, which, hey, that's great.
Which is great. And, of course, we've talked to some experts on the show over the last couple of years. There's a big epidemic of low levels of vitamin D because of our diet and not taking supplementation.
Yeah, and that's right. I mean, I'm inside. It was a nice sunny day here in D.C., albeit a little bit cold, but I'm inside from, 8 o'clock when I got to the office till 8:30 now, so I didn't get much sun. And not that, we all want to be careful with the sun and take precaution with, UVs, and we don't want to get too much because of skin cancer or melanoma. So, how do you get that in your diet? You're exactly right, Mark.
You have to take the supplementation. What are some of the, do you know any of the offices that we'll be visiting next week?
Well, you coming from California, we're going to see, your senators and your representative. I think we've got over 85 people signed up right now, and I think most of them, we only have like maybe 4 or 5 overlaps, so we're probably going to hit at least, 70 different offices in the House. And then, the Senate, I think we've got 30 or 29 states represented, so that's 58 or 60 senatorial offices. So that's pretty exciting. That
really is, and it's a long day, but it is a fun day. It's jam-packed as well. Dan, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you next week, and also coming back in a few weeks here on Late Night Health, and we'll talk about some of the other issues facing the American people as we talk about natural, organic, and some of the other issues that are being brought up today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Dan Fabricant from the Natural Products Association. Hey, coming up next, we're going to talk with Matt Asner. He is the son of Ed Asner, the actor, as we talk about Autism Speaks. That's coming up next as Late Night Health continues.